Welcome to the Voices of the Caring Place, where hope has a voice and transformation has a story. Every meal served, every bed prepared, every prayer whispered is powered by compassion and community. The Caring Place is more than just a shelter. It's a movement fueled by businesses, churches, and everyday heroes working together to change lives. Today, we're honored to have as our guest from Care Elementary, Principal Simmonds. Welcome him to our conversation today. Awesome. Here we are today at the Voices of the Caring Place with a very, very, very special guest. We have Principal Simmonds from Care Elementary. Principal, welcome to the show.
No.
So great to have you.
So great to be here. Thanks for having me, man. You gave me 5 varies. That's a good thing.
Listen, 5 varies, 10 varies. You deserve them. We've been through so much as not only friends but co-workers and working in the community. Tell us a little bit about what's going on at Care.
What a journey we've been on, and you're going to get your flowers throughout this interview as well, because it's not just about Care, it's about the Caring Place as well, our collaboration. So about 11, 12 years ago, we started this journey. Our inaugurational year was 2015. And when we opened, we had about 11% of the school reading at or above grade level. We tested them, diagnostic test, and we were looking at each other as a staff like, we got a big job to do, right? But we buckled down, and the biggest thing we did is we prayed. And with God, all things are what?
Such a difficult baseline to start at, right? That's where faith has to step in. So you start,
right?
The staff is praying,
right? We're looking at the statistics nationwide as well, with students, children in low-income neighborhoods. 20-30% have a passing rate. So we knew our goal was 100% reading proficiency, even though it didn't look like it was possible.
You know, back then, you used to see these, cute kids, but they were all talking about, I want to be an NFL football player. I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a baseball player.
Can't even blame them, because that's what they see, and they want to be able to get out of these conditions that they're in. But when we brought Care to them, the idea was, hey, with God at its core, and you pray and you work hard, we will have fun, but we'll also put the work in and invest in our mind. So that number went from 11% to now in 2026, brother. Wow. You knew the 2025 stat. 2026 stat is 93% now.
93%. Let's give faith. Let's give God.
Level. Give God the praise. And then
everything.
96% in math. 96.
Now, what do you all want to accomplish there?
And I want to also pivot back before I answer that to what it took to get there, right?
Yeah, that would be great to know.
Teachers that literally pound the pavement, do anything that's necessary to ensure that every child receives 100% of their effort. The next thing is community support. Listen, to be able to have the support system that we have through all of our community partners. But then you've been to chapel. You know what chapel is all about.
Exciting.
So when we bring in guest speakers that look like them, sound like them, are from the same environment, the same area, maybe have a hardship, and they're able to explain that, share that story, be a little vulnerable, be a little transparent. That's what made the shift from I want to be a football player to I want to be a doctor.
Talk a little bit about that. How do you get them from that thinking to this thinking?
Many schools shield the public from the building because of safety precautions. We get that, but we do background checks. We make sure that we vet everybody that comes in. But when they come in, that's giving the children a look at something to be able to ask questions, to be able to talk to them about careers. We give them extensive activities after school. The after school program really bolsters a lot of opportunities for them, because the STEAM program that we have during the day and the after school, science, technology, engineering, math, but also to be able to learn about different careers. Because
of the chapels that you're talking about, because of those moments, I'm able to be here on this podcast today with you and say, I am a witness.
Correct.
To see them, how they've changed before my eyes.
Correct.
How they've gone from being a football. I heard marine biologist.
Yes.
I heard I want to be a principal. Mm-hmm. Yes, I want to be a principal. I want to be a teacher. Mm-hmm. I want to be a nurse. And those things are powerful. Mm-hmm. We are making sure that the future is brighter.
Correct.
The future is brighter in the 305.
Correct.
And 954, wherever those kids may end up as adults.
Mm-hmm. When they get their assessments, and they are now passing their assessments with every assessment that they pass, whether it be reading, math, language arts, the confidence builds. And you know that from playing sports. Any player simply needs confidence. So having the ability to read, to comprehend for themselves, gives them confidence to be able to say, all right, now I'm retaining information and I'm using this to my advantage. Resources is another tool that has made this shift. You're asking what's made the shift in the children. They are respecting the fact that if I work hard and I'm dedicated to the craft.
Explain to us a little bit, because I know that there was times when we first started that there was roadblocks, right? There was roadblocks with the internet. There was roadblocks with the lack of computers.
That's what I'm saying, resources.
The resources that you've been able to obtain with the partnerships in the community. And that's what, if somebody's hearing us and somebody wants to connect with CARE, how do we put all these dots together?
Well, first of all, let's get back to the resources.
Correct.
The resources is what allows them to feel empowered, like to know that they have access to the iPads, access to their own, by the way. It's not an iPad in the building. Every student has their own. And when you go to 4th and 5th grade, they actually have MacBooks now. And again, these partnerships affords us the ability to get these resources for them. There is a story that said, if you've ever seen it on YouTube or something, where a bunch of children are lined up about to run a race. And before the gun goes off to start the race, a person asks whoever's in a single parent, family, or whoever's in that, take a couple steps backwards, right? And by the time all the questions finish, you can tell that the family dynamic, the resources in the home, what abilities you have to be able to have access to things is why the race is not starting at the same place. So now the gun goes off and everyone that is in a 2-parent home, affluent home, has good different resources, whatever, they're running and they're winning. However, the ones in the behind, they
single mothers, single fathers,
They almost caught up to them and almost won the race. Now imagine if they started at the same place. Imagine what the difference would be.
What changes would be in our community.
And that's what CARE makes sure we give the children. All the tools and the resources in order to be successful. You can't give a chef a kitchen and not give him the right
the tools, the tools and the equipment needed.
Got to give him the equipment, and we know what that does in the kitchen, right? So you can't say, student, here, we know you don't have X, Y, and Z, and we don't need to give it to you, but we still expect that you're going to get high results. Absolutely not. It doesn't work that way. Now, for any parent that's listening out there, anybody that wants to know, what do we need to do to get into this marvelous school where 93% is passing reading and 96% is passing math, and God's at the center of it all? Nothing. Just come. Just come on down. Come to the building. And research us on careelementary.org. Look at us and find us on Instagram. We are a Christian entity, but we do not teach Bible class. We're non-denominational. We make sure we
and all are received at the door.
All are received at the door with, and I have to say this, with lunch, breakfast, and snack.
And lots of love.
Lots of love provided by the National Free and Reduced Lunch Program. So we definitely provide food as well, and that is a big factor.
Tell us a little bit about those outreaches that make sure that there's groceries at the table of the family.
As you mentioned, Miss Marty, our president.
Correct.
And the development team that she works with, Taylor Bailey, they really work hard with establishing those partnerships to get not just resources in the building, but food items and emergency-related needs that are happening. Because in Miami, a lot of issues take place, natural disasters happen. And even when we went through this last year with the food stamps being denied, there were issues with
front and center. CARE Elementary front and center.
Our own families needed assistance, and we were there to help them, not only with not physical money, but Publix gift cards and baskets and boxes of food we sent them home with, and our parents are so grateful. But you all as well play a big role.
No, we all together.
The food distribution center right across the street from us. Anytime we need something, you guys are always there providing it. So that is a collaborative effort.
I have to take a few minutes to talk about your president, because she came to help the men at the men's center read better, read to them, have pizza with them on Saturdays, make sure that, and she made sure, because Marty sets the bar, she made sure that those guys were there, ready to go, and then she started the Read On program. Let's talk about it.
The genesis of the school. Marty's the president, Madame President. She's the boss.
Madame President.
I know. She's also a partner.
Yes.
She's also a friend. She's also a mentor to me. I mean, there's a lot of hats. You're one of my mentors as well. She wears a lot of hats, but she will always tell you that she could have never imagined in her wildest dreams that she would have been on this type of ride. You know, if you were to tell her, 15 years ago,
this is how it's going to be.
This is how it was going to be. She would not have believed you, especially with her at the top of it. She would not have believed you. But she's so humble. She's very selfless. Like in everything she's doing, she's constantly thinking about somebody else and how somebody else can benefit from it. So to have that type of leadership, to have that type of person in your corner, it motivates the rest of us.
I guess the question would be, what's next? What are we doing next to continue to see miracles come to pass?
Well, step one, we're at 93%. We're going to continue to get to the 100% mark.
We're going to get there.
That's number one, right?
Yes.
Number two, expansion. It's time to offer this amazing educational opportunity to more children in other locations. You say, well, you have one in Overtown. And I say, and we're going to start to have our second location this year in Little Haiti.
Oh, can we stop for a second there? Little Haiti.
Little Haiti.
Listen, what another location that's needed I would like to see this pop up 25, 30, 40.
Exactly.
We're going to speak it into existence today in this podcast.
We're at 2.
We're at 2.
And next year and the years to come, we're going to continue to model not mega schools, more of the smaller, I don't want to call it micro schools all the way, but where you have about 100, 150 kids and you continue to offer. So we're talking Liberty City, they need it. We're talking Opelika, they need it. We're talking we're right here in Little Haiti and Overtown and possibly Homestead. But what we want to do is give more students the opportunity.
Multiply to be able to assist the kids that are in need, to put reading first, to put education.
Exactly.
Always God first, but the education, the part, and then teaching them curriculum that can mean something.
Correct.
We don't know now, but in the future we will know possible president, possible vice president, possible commissioner, possible people that God is going to produce.
Correct.
Through Care Elementary.
And all we're doing is speaking it into existence. Every other place that I mentioned, that's not on the table yet. Miami Gardens, who knows? But right now, for the factual moment, it's Overtown and it's Little Haiti. It's 2.
I just applaud the ability to step out on faith, the ability to go out and say, hey, we're not going to stay here within these walls no more. Because if we really look at it, smaller school, more attention.
Exactly.
More one-on-one, more to be able to deal with the special needs kids, to be able to deal with the kids that need it, to deal with the very people that we need to help in society for the future.
Literacy. You said more attention. It's exactly what our children need, our society needs. This AI is amazing, but it's taking the human factor out of too much, especially when it comes to education. So Care Elementary School will continue that grassroots type mentality of reading physical books, not just digital copies.
Like when I went through school, I still remember my second grade teacher.
Right.
They're heroes.
Right.
Not a board teaching you, a person teaching you.
We're high on technology.
iPads, technology. You have to show it because if not, they're lost.
You have to. But we can't just hang our hats on them. And that's where your teachers come into play. They're the ones that are pounding that pavement, putting the work in, and giving every child in their classroom the love and respect that they deserve. That is Care Elementary.
What are the what are your top core values?
Love, respect for all. Treat every child with dignity. Have a love for literacy. Establish that in children, because you can tell kids that they have to do whatever. But what happens when they leave you? And so when our kids are leaving us and we're getting reports back as to how they're doing, AP classes, graduating with honors, these are the things that are foundational.
Once they leave
Correct.
Care.
That has to be in the foundation.
Tell us about one testimony of something that has really blown your mind. They said, man, look at what I'm part of.
There's a young lady whose name is Yandi, right? Zuniga. And she came to Care, I think it was 5th grade. And her mother, she had about 3 siblings, and the young girl was doing her best to support her mother.
Yeah.
Kind of like when a teenager has to grow up a little faster than they need to, but they got to do whatever's for the family. And to see her now graduate, she went to iTech, and she graduated, and she's getting ready for Miami-Dade College, I believe, and she's in her first year, actually. I think she finished. And she came back and gave that testimony, too, about how transformational care was to her. I mean, Marty and I sat back and just, like, looked at each other for a minute, like, wow, we helped do that, right? And then we have other students who, her name is Adija Danielle. When she was in the 3rd grade, we have a video of her saying, you know, one of the biggest, hardest things for her to do was read. A couple years later, she had a video saying, the greatest day of my life was when I learned how to read. Yeah. Now, she graduated care, and she's in, I think it's Jose Diego, and she is thriving at this school, like thriving at this school. To see all the kids' progression throughout the years in high school now, going into universities and colleges, we are so grateful to God.
How could people get involved? How could people connect? How could people help? How could people reach out if they want to, you know, volunteer?
Yeah, we love volunteers.
Correct.
That is the biggest aspect that truly makes the school very Christian-based, very supportive for the children. So yes, come volunteer. You can get a volunteer application. We can get it if you go on our website as well. There's a volunteer tab.
Share their website with us.
www.careelementary.org. There's a bunch of tabs on the top. If you want to hit the volunteer tab, you can also hit the give tab. And our development team, they will receive all those requests. We'll reach out to you via email. But we're not saying we don't want money, of course.
Yes.
But we would prefer your visitation first. We would prefer some of your time just to meet the children, see the program, and take it from there if you want to support.
Yeah.
Parents, same website to apply. Her name is Miss Shamira Cordero. She's the center of CARES Universe. You love Shamira. We all love Shamira.
She's always at the front of the center of everything.
At the front and center of everything.
Yes.
We've got an amazing team. Preschool is open as well.
Yeah.
Director Catherine Wood, she runs the preschool program. She's our primary director. And we have everything you need. It's at Overtown's location.
Correct. So you've heard it here at the Voices of the Caring Place, Care Elementary doing great things in the community, kids being changed, reading literacy getting to where it needs to be, 93rd percentile, 93, going on for 100. Listen, it's been amazing to have you here today. It's been great to talk.
My honor to be.
I mean, we could go on forever and ever. I mean, to me, it's one of the easiest podcasts I've ever done because of the relationship that you and I have. I am grateful that I get to be a small part of it. Yes, we are a part of it, but we're a small part of it. I get to say yes. Even when I want to say no, I still say yes. So at the end of the
Tony,
day,
you've been an amazing partner, brother.
I am grateful,
so much for your
grateful.
consistency.
Listen, reach out to Care Elementary, volunteer, time, talent, treasure, connect with Principal Simmonds. He's never hiding. He'll come out, shake your hand. He's never disappeared. He's always in the midst of it as well. And listen, if you have a good golf game, he'll challenge you. Thank you for being with us at the Voices of the Caring Place today.
Thank you, Tony, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Hello, caring friends, and welcome to the Voices of the Caring Place, where stories of hope, healing, and transformation come to life. In this segment, we sit down with residents and graduates, all real stories from real people, and we hear their journeys and their powerful testimonies of change and hope. Today, we're joined by a recent graduate, Willie. Willie, how are you doing today?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Yes.
So, Willie, your journey starts off incredible. I know a little bit about your history. I know all of that, and I know where you're going now.
Yes.
You have a great path ahead of you.
Yes, thank you.
So I want to start off a little differently. What are you doing now? Where are you now?
Well, I recently just graduated from the Miami Rescue Mission, the regeneration program. It's been a journey. It's been a challenge, and I'm grateful for it. You know, right now I'm in the process of bettering my education, advancing my education. I'm in the process of also becoming a deacon in my church.
Wow.
I love and I enjoy doing community outreach work, which is something that the mission is very, very, very keen on. You know, so I'm just taking it one day at a time and continue to do the service of God. You know, whatever God asked me to do or however.
What led you to the mission? What brought you to the Caring Place doors and said, I really need a change. I want to change my life?
Well, it all boils down to being desperate. I was living a lifestyle that I was no longer enjoying. Drugs, streets. I had a family that I cared about. I had people that cared about me, people, vice versa. And many nights I used to lay awake and pray to God, Lord, please, I don't want to do this no more. This is not what I want. This is not the example I should be setting for my little brother. Him seeing me do things that I'm doing. And, I always wanted to be like a good role model for my family, to be there for them. And that's something I pretty much failed at. And so it came down to a point I just got tired. It was either I'm going to die in the streets or I'm going to go to prison for the rest of my life. And that's not what I wanted.
Was there a turning point that led you to life on the streets that you can recall?
Basically, I think it boils down to my rebelliousness. And what I mean by my rebellion towards my mother. It always said, honor your mother and your father, that your days may be long upon the earth. And with that being said, I had like an issue with my mom. Cause I felt like when I was little, she didn't raise me. She wasn't there for me. But it took me a long time, many, many years to be the age I am now to actually realize that she was doing the best that she could under the circumstance. So it was a lot of resentment, a lot of rebelliousness, but I made it through that.
Yeah, now that you say that, a lot of people don't really understand. So they just assume someone's on the streets because they want to be and not necessarily the life that they've been dealt. So it's not like you chose a life. You did the best with the circumstances you had, no? Right. Do you want to talk a little bit about your childhood? Did you live an impoverished life? Where did you grow up?
I was born in Beaufort, South Carolina. I was raised in Fort Pierce for a little while.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, as a little child, I watched my mother get arrested. And with that being said, my grandmother, before she passed away, she made our family she had our family make a promise to us that she would take us all in and that we wouldn't be split up and separated, like become wards of the state or whatever.
Okay.
So I was raised in Newark, New Jersey.
What a change growing up.
Yes, I had a very good upbringing. Yeah. I was an honor roll student.
Amazing.
I was slated to go to Harvard Law School if I would have continued in high school and finished and everything else. But unfortunately, due to my big head and rebelliousness,
something happened.
I made bad choices.
You just couldn't do it anymore. So this was your childhood, your upbringing, is everything that happened. And then how did you find your way down in Miami?
Well, the thing about it is, as I was saying before, it was desperation. I had to make a change. I couldn't keep living the life I was living.
But who told you come to Miami? Like, what was it?
And I think in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, I was introduced to Broward Outreach, which is in Pompano Beach.
Our Pompano location,
yes.
Blount Road. While
there, I ended up becoming like a support staff. I did donations. I used to help assist with guest service. So I did many things. But before I left there, I received a job at the Fort Lauderdale International Airport.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So unfortunately, due to my dumb choice and decisions, I ended up losing the job hanging out with the wrong people. And
So this is something that our viewers may not understand. Our president has said it himself. It took him almost 7 different rehabilitations to transform his life and stay on the straight and narrow. And it takes time until you're willing to accept it and not go back to that. Unfortunately fell, but you came back.
Yes.
You're back.
Yes.
So how has it been this time around at the Caring Place?
It's been great.
It's been great?
I honestly say it's been great. It's rewarding to be able to wake up every day and know that I can make a difference by helping someone. Every day we feed people. We give people showers. We assist them in any way that we can. And that's rewarding to me. It really is.
And what resources have you been getting while you're here that have helped you this time around?
Well, basically, I'm in a position now where I can get my education. I can get the valuable resources I need to help me go forward. The caring place has the tools if people will only follow the process.
It's hard.
Yes,
It's
it
not
is
easy.
hard, but
you have
it
to
can
be willing
done.
to give yourself, right?
Right. It's all about surrender. Surrendering, and allowing God to work
fill
inside
you.
of you.
Yeah.
And the tools are here. You got education. They give you an opportunity where you can go to college if you want to. They give you an opportunity if you want to learn a trade. So those things are valuable. It's just following the process.
You graduated recently.
Yes, I did. And I graduated last year, October.
Wow.
Yes. It was a long process. It was frustrating at time. I done had my little bumps and bruises. Times where I wanted to give up, but I didn't. And I thank God that I didn't.
So what's your one biggest takeaway from this journey and everything that the Caring Place staff, supporters, volunteers have helped with your life?
I'm grateful that I was given the opportunity to get my life back on track.
Back on track. Is there anything else you're doing now?
Well, right now I'm the groundskeeper at the Caring Place.
That's amazing.
I take care of all the properties. I help with events. I also assist with the feeding. So all those things are rewarding to me. I enjoy waking up every day doing these things.
And how does it feel to have us sewing into you?
I'm just grateful, man. I really am. I'm saying I'm kind of emotional right now, because it's emotional for me to be able to share, this moment.
Well, Billy, we believe in you like we believe in all our graduates, and we're so grateful to have had this opportunity to have you come in and share your story of change and hope and transformation.
Thank you.
And we'll keep praying for you along the way.
Thank you.
We're back, and welcome to the Caring Place Spotlight, where we share what's happening across our centers and celebrate the moments that matter most. From community events to everyday acts of kindness, this is your inside look at how care comes to life. And today we are joined by a very special staff member, Mrs. Vanessa Cooper, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, lovely?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I am Vanessa Cooper, the Special Events and Campaign Coordinator. Thank you so much, Leah.
Awesome. So how long have you been with the Caring Place?
Oh, over 10 years now.
Over 10 years. That's incredible. So some people might recognize you, because what was your role before this role?
The Volunteer Coordinator.
Oh, my Lanta. So many volunteers.
Amazing.
And I know you touched so many people along the way as well. So thank you so much for that. Now, since you're in special events now, let's talk about the events that happened in the month of August and that are happening as well. Why don't you talk a little about that?
Oh, sure. So we just had our back to school event, and we gave away backpacks, school supplies, and brand new sneakers to over 500 families. We had over 25 volunteers, and they also got some giveaways of food donations and hygiene items and hats and sunglasses, everything to make the kids, have a great start of the school year.
That's incredible. And now these volunteers those 25 were just the day of the event, because haven't you had through the month of July, different groups coming and helping put together all those backpacks for those over 500 families?
Yes, so this is a major project, and it started July 6th, and all the month of July, we had different volunteers helping me sort first the school supplies, then the supplies inside the backpacks, then matching the sneakers, putting them in the backpacks, and then putting them in order in the Care Elementary School. So yes, it's a
labor of love.
Sure, yeah.
Well, and we're so grateful for all of you guys that may have donated along the way as well, because if it weren't for you donating the backpacks, the notebooks, the shoes, we wouldn't be able to be a conduit and bless those in need within our community. So that's an incredible event. And thank you and your team so much for putting this together for those in need, because we don't just help the residents in our program, right? We help everyone in the community. So don't we have another event coming up in August?
We do. We have our Night of Joy at the end of August, where we're raising funds for the homes that we have, and we are for the transitional homes. And it's going to be a great event of worshiping. So hopefully, we could invite some people to come out and support.
So is this like a concert?
Yes.
It's like a faith concert. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So if you want to join, go to caringplace.org/joy. That's right, caringplace.org/joy. And you can go get your tickets, donate, learn more about this awesome event. We'd love to definitely have you there, see you there, be a part of everything happening. So then, all the events that happened in the month of August, which was your favorite?
That's really hard to say because all of my favorite, I mean, we work with so many great volunteers and donors and supporters. So for me to say which is the best, it's really hard. But just watching the children, the families, the smiles on their faces, it was just an awesome event.
That's awesome. So now as we're winding down with the month of August, we're getting ready for another large events happening for the end of the year. I mean, it's the fall, it's the end of the year. So many things are happening. To name a few, can you name a few events that are coming up after August?
After August, we're going to have our graduation, where that's a tear jerker for us. We are crying, celebrating all the guys. Then we have Pack the Pantry. Since I am the campaigns coordinator, I will talk about the drives. So we start collecting food, and then right after, we're collecting the toys for the children, which is usually the same families that we bless with the back to school.
That's incredible. So then we're going to be having graduation in October. Visit caringplace.org/graduation. That's caringplace.org/graduation. Then we're going to have the campaign start for Pack the Pantry, which you can visit caringplace.org/pantry. That's caringplace.org/pantry. Then we have our Thanksgiving event. Holy moly, huge event. Love it. Y'all, if I have to explain it to you, you haven't visited our website. Then after that, you said we start collecting toys. So that's caringplace.org/toys. So many pages, but y'all are going to bless those in need this year. And that's going to be where we collect toys for everyone in need in the community as well. So before we end this segment, anything else you'd like to let our viewership know and talk about? Any upcoming events or anything else?
Just that we can't do this without you. Visit our page, check us out, contact us if you're interested in volunteering, in being part of the special events or donating. We'd love to have you.
Well, thanks for joining us. Thank you guys for tuning in. It has been an incredible podcast, and we hope to see you next episode.
We've just launched our brand new merch store, featuring all the products and merchandise you use every day. But above all, every purchase you make helps provide food and shelter for men, women, and children coming out of homelessness. There's also a big variety of cuddle toys, t-shirts, unisex college sweat jackets, caps, unisex hoodies, tumblers, plus aprons, pillow covers, and so much more. Visit our merch store at www.caringplace.org/merch.
Thank you again for tuning in to the Voices of the Caring Place. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, everybody.